Hey guys, it's Wednesday Wisdom, and I am excited to be on here today. I'm in my car and I'm pulled off just to do this quick video. I'm so thankful in this world that we have the ability to just do these things anywhere that we are, everywhere, anytime. Such a blessing. So anyway, it's Wednesday, and I just wanted to bring some tidbits of wisdom. I was thinking a little bit about a couple of verses that really were like jumping out at me, and there was a theme on it. And so the first verse that I was hearing was out of Psalm 119, 105. Your word, Lord, is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. And I love those verses. I was also thinking about the Israelites, how they journeyed and made it through, following the cloud by day and the fire by night. And I was also thinking about the verses out of the book of Ruth when she says to her mother-in-law, where you go, I go. Where you stay, I stay. And what a great, awesome thing. It's just really about trusting God and making him Lord in your life. And that can be hard, being led by the Spirit. So it's walking by faith and not by sight. Oh my goodness, there's a chicken that just jumped up where I am. So that kind of surprised me. When you trust God and make him Lord of your life, you then begin to walk by the Spirit. And it says in Romans chapter 8, verse 14, those who are led by the Spirit of God are the children of God. And so being led of the Spirit sometimes is hard. One of my favorite verses out of Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 through 6 is trust in the Lord with all of your heart. Lean not on your own understanding, in all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. This is simply making him Lord over your life, letting him have the lordship. Walking by faith and not by sight is not an easy thing to do. Leaning on the Lord sometimes is hard, but that is the literally only way your paths are made straight. God knows the end from the beginning. He knows what's going on in our lives, and he knows every detail. And I feel like my head is so close to you. Making him Lord of your life and following him is the only way that your paths are going to work out the best way for you. It says that he works all things for our good. So sometimes we get off that path, but when it's a narrow road following him, it's a narrow road. Few find it. It's not an easy path, and it's not the way that everyone else is going typically. So, when you trust in the Lord, you're trusting him through following his Spirit, and that's not always easy. Now, we walk by faith and not by sight. However, God can give us sight and give us vision, and that comes with trusting him and walking with him, and step by step by step, we start to get little tidbits of sight and little tidbits of vision for what's going on. So that verse that I shared out of Psalm 119, 105, your word, Lord, is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Sometimes it's a literal lamp to your feet. When it is dark out there and you don't know what's around, you are following that lamp in front of your feet. This is through the word of God, is what this verse is talking about. Sometimes the whole path is lit, and it's easy to navigate when the path's lit. But the Bible, the word itself, is an actual instruction manual. This is my car Bible. Always have a car Bible with you. It's an instruction manual for life, and you need it. And so, the word isn't going to say the name of who you're supposed to marry. The word doesn't tell you when to buy your house. The word doesn't tell you where to send your kids to school. The word doesn't tell you, where to invest your finances. However, the word does tell you those things, because although that's not written in here, although you're not going to open this and see those exact instructions, this is a path this is getting your mind renewed, getting your mind straight. It helps you. It's sharp and it's alive, and it gets that Spirit of God, which does know the answer to those things. It's revealed through this. There's nothing else that's going to give you an instruction manual for life besides this, which leads me to the Proverbs. I'm just going to read a short excerpt out of the Proverbs because it says, the whole purpose of what the Proverbs are written for is for gaining wisdom and instruction, for understanding words of insight, for receiving instruction in prudent behavior, doing what is right and just and fair, for giving prudence to those who are simple, knowledge and discretion to the young. Let the wise listen and add to their learning, and let the discerning get guidance for understanding proverbs and parables, the sayings and riddles of the wise. So I read that to you simply because that's really cool. That this says that if you read these proverbs, you will get that from it. But I actually kind of relate that to this whole word. This whole word brings you life, and it brings you the wisdom that you need to navigate your life and your path. So yeah, that's really cool. I love that. So sometimes, the Lord will say to you, drive 4 hours for a 1-hour church service. And that may not make any kind of earthly sense, but when you start to lean and understand the Lord and the Spirit, and you actually follow it and go, sometimes you'll understand why he told you to do that. Sometimes you'll get there and you won't understand why he told you to do that. But when you're letting go of trusting in yourself, leaning not on your own understanding, in all your ways acknowledging the Lord, it looks a little different, because when you trust in yourself, you actually can see what you're putting yourself. It's like you have this ability. It's totally opposite of the world. So when you trust yourself and in your own things, you kind of know the outcome. Sometimes when you're trusting in the Lord, he's making your path straight, but you may not see. It's something like sell your house, but you may not have anywhere to go. I'm not saying this is outside of the realm of wisdom where you're going and buying a house you can't afford or selling your house with nowhere to live. That's not what I'm trying to say. But sometimes God asks you to do some things that are a little bit uncomfortable, that are outside of your own trust, and it's actually allowing him to be Lord in your life. And the more he can get you to do those things, the more he's going to meet you there, and the more you're going to be able to see sometimes. And so the Israelites were just traveling all around, following a cloud by day, and when the cloud stopped, they stopped. Fire by night. When the fire lifted, they moved out. They broke camp and went. So it's following the Spirit of God, and we do walk by faith and not by sight. Where you go, I go. Where you stay, I stay, is such a powerful prayer. When that cloud lifts and the Lord is doing a new thing, you better not be sticking around where the cloud used to sit just because, that was the word of the Lord for that season. We need fresh, daily bread. It says to put your faith and trust in God and seek first his kingdom. And then it says all these other things will be added to you. Where you're going to live, what you're going to eat, what you're going to wear. But putting your trust in him first is making him Lord in your life. And I just want to encourage you to make him Lord in your life. It's the most wise thing you can do. Get this word into you. It's the instruction manual for your life. If you don't know it, start taking a look at it and just start reviewing it, looking at different things. 1 verse a day is so helpful. But it really, truly, at the end of the day, is the lamp to your feet and the light to your path. You've got to have this thing. We're in some wild times. God could tell you to do some wild things. I don't know. But when you're following him, and it's backed through this thing's solid, man. This thing it's infallible. It cannot be destroyed. So it's the truth, and it's life-giving, and it helps you to follow him. So my word for today is trusting in God. Follow him. He knows best. Follow the lamp when it's in front of you. Follow the light on your path. Follow that cloud by day, and be led by the Spirit as the sons of God. Sons and daughters, we are the children of God, and we're led by the Spirit, not by the flesh. Have a great day.